one thing that I also told you about the hour, one of the signs of the hour is going to be atheism will be on the rise. People are not saying it. People are not saying it for whatever reason. They don't want to concede that atheism is on the rise, and they're winning. They're winning. The scary part of atheism is that they are winning, even though their logic is completely nonsense, that something happened from nothing, but they're winning. The reason they're winning is because of the prophecy that the hour will not be established until la yuqala fil ard Allah. The hour will not be established until there will be no person on earth who will say Allah, the name of Allah. Means, translations means that atheism will be on the rise. Liberalism, atheism, you call it. People who are LGBT, for example, people who are racist, do you think they believe in any God? No, they don't. If they believed in any God, they would not be practicing those things. But because they don't care, and people who practice nudity, there is another thing, nudity. People, men, women, they don't wear dress these days. Do you think they believe in God? They don't, because otherwise they will care about how they dress. They will care about how they look. They will care whether they're racist or not. I mean, racism is so rampant these days. One day racism will be normal. I'm telling you, people will be okay with racism. And that is because people don't really believe in God. They believe in, the survival of the strongest, right? If you're strong, you survive. If you're weak, I'm sorry, you have to go. But the point here is that really, when atheism will be on the rise, these things will be gone. Subjective, objective, morality, there is nothing called morality. There's no more morality. It's okay to be naked. At the same time, it is okay to be dressed. Doesn't matter. It all depends on how you feel. There is nothing called morality. Why morality is gone is because there is no God. There is no God consciousness. Mahdi, Khalif of Allah. Too soon, brother. He said, I stick to my da'wah. Alhamdulillah, stick to your da'wah. I'm glad, inshallah, we should all give da'wah. There is no doubt about that. Another thing that I want to mention to you about the hour is the fitan for coming from our leaders. Okay, our leaders. So all this fitan we talked about so far is going to be fitan that we create. Okay, now this fitan is coming from our leaders, people who we trust, and this prophecy is so true. Rasulullah SAW said, "Innakum satarawna ba'di asaratan fasbir hatta talqawni," and this hadith is actually reported in Sahih. Innakum satarawna ba'di asaratan means after me you will have leaders who will not give you your rights. Okay, what does it mean he will not give us our rights? It is very simple. It means there will be no additional benefit that will be given to you as a citizen of a state. It means that for the things that you used to get easily will be very hard in the future. So for example, free medical care or finding a job easily that the government should be providing us, getting our water supply, getting our electric supply, getting help whenever we need counseling, for example. These things are meant to be available for the citizen in living in a civilized society. If you don't live in a civilized society, I'm not talking about that. Rasulullah, he said that a time will come when all of these things that you used to enjoy a lot in the past, it will not be available to you anymore. So today we fight for water. Today we fight for electricity. Today we fight for getting a job. We need to bribe people. Why we need to bribe people to get a job? We need to have connection to get a job. Especially if you're living in the Asian countries where I'm from, it is impossible to get anything. You have to struggle. It is always going to be a struggle, a fight. You have to find another way to get a job. You have to have a link. These things are supposed to be provided by the government because they need to take care of us. They need to stop people taking bribe from us to give us a job. Rasulullah said that will not be the case. In the future, you will see a lot of your rights. I'm not talking about just job and this and that. Medical care and people who are poor, they need some extra care. They need money. You will see a time will come, you will not get any of this. You will not be able to get anything. They will not give you your rights. Today, take a look at the Palestinian brothers and sisters. Take a look at the Muslims living in the States, in America. Most of the countries, Muslims are being banned from wearing hijab. Mosques are being under lockdown because they do not like the mosque. There is ban on Muslims, travel restriction. I'm not talking about Muslim ban that the one Trump did. Even individual Muslim like myself, if I want to travel to a country, any country, and I need to travel to that country, I will not be able to do it because they do not feel comfortable with me or with you. And that is because our government, they're not giving us our rights. A lot of things. If you wear hijab, for example, even in Canada, in Quebec, hijab ban. You cannot wear hijab. If you are holding a public office, you cannot wear hijab. A lot of things. They are not giving us our rights. And these rights are, you may think, well, what's the big deal about hijab? What's the big deal about wearing a beard, having a beard, or what's the big deal about this and that? Maybe these are not big deal right now, but it is gonna get even worse in the coming days. European Union, they're planning to ban on many things for the Muslims. Right now, Germany, Angela Merkel, she is a very strict Christian. As a Christian, she has a soft heart. Okay, but as soon as she is gone, the person who will be taking over in Germany's politics, trust me, they will ban immigration altogether. They will be like, Muslims, get out of our country. Wallahi, this is happening. So Rasulullah said that this will happen. Innakum satarawna ba'diya saratan hatta talqawni. What is the solution? There is no solution. He said, fasbir. He did not say go out and do something or be righteous or stand firm or ask for your rights from your government. He did not say any one of this. He could have said this, that you have your haq, you need to fight for your haq, you need to ask for it, you need to work for it, because these haq are given to you by Allah Azza wa Jal. You should not let people take away your haq. He didn't say any one of this. He said fasbir, simple, because you have to be patient. Even if you try to do something, it means even if you try to do something, if you let's say gather people, nothing will help. How many times we have seen protests? Whenever there is something bad happening, we see people are protesting. And how many times you think these protests are changing the government's mind? How many times? Zero. I have never ever seen, because of a protest, the government has changed their decision and reinstated their rights for the people. I have never seen. You can go out, you can do a lot of things, you can raise your voice for justice, so many things you can do, but at the end of the day, you don't matter. Even millions of people these days don't matter because the government has power. They can put you in jail. They can do a lot of things. They can put you on the watch list. This guy is very dangerous. Keep an eye on him. Your life will be miserable. I mean, you should pray during lunchtime. What does it say? Mahdi Khalif of Allah. Okay, okay. So the point here, dear brothers and sisters, is that you will not have any other choice. When Rasulullah said you have to be patient, means the power, the force will be so overwhelming that your hands will be tied. You even if you want to do something, if you don't, even if you don't want to change something, you cannot.